Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Vanheim section. So, we finished our great research option of enchantment. Um, this was a mistake. Jim Bunny checking you out claimed the Iron Throne, which this is Phlegra. Iron Throne is really quite good. If we look at it briefly, so you get 100 resources, you get Dominion. That part's not so good, but you get this mage. This guy is super good. The Earth Astral Crosspath is super duper powerful. Maybe one of the best, if not the best crosspath. He's an adept researcher, which is nice. But on top of that, you can also get air or fire. Or, one of the other two at level 3. So you can put this guy in a communion and get really big air, really big fire. Now, if you're Phlegra, that matters less to you because you already have really big fire, you already have really big earth, you do have air. I mean, it's not like the best, but you can use like Master Smith stuff to like cheese your way into high air. I think they have communions. Don't they have like slave communions or something? Yeah, arcane slave communions. Yeah, these guys, right? Yeah. One of these are communion leaders? Yeah, okay. So it's not like it's super duper amazing for Phlegra, but Earth Astral is a great path for Phlegra because they can get the crystal coin or crystal gear in general and then like throw Phlegra and Tyrant in a communion together. That's pretty amazing. So that's good stuff for Phlegra. Other things that happened, we didn't find any magic sites. The unrest here is increasing. This could be the work of enemy spies. So this is happening in this province. The unrest is going up. There's only, like a few nations that could realistically be behind this. We've got Abyssia over here. We have Marignon and Ind, I guess, still clinging to life. And the frogs. So let's just do a quick overview. So if we look at Marignon, they have assassins, pretty powerful trait. They have a troubadour who has the spy trait. They can instill uprisings, aka they can raise unrest. Now Abyssia, they also have assassins. They do not have spies, I believe. I'm just double checking for my own knowledge. Yeah, okay, so they don't have spies. They do have assassins, but they don't have spies. And the frogs definitely don't have spies. They got this assassin frog, but they don't have spies. As I look over every single one to confirm my own statement. So, I mean, okay, it's like, yeah, what one of Ind's, does Ind have sacred spying assassins? Well, if they do, I can't bring it up in the game anyway. Regardless, 100% chance that this is Marignon doing this. This is Marignon, like, raising the unrest in my provinces with a spy. I have a non-aggression pact with this player out of the game, and when this happened, I didn't say anything to the Marignon player, and I mean, this like continues to happen, by the way. He continues to raise the unrest in my provinces. I don't do anything about it because it's such a minor amount of unrest that it like doesn't really matter. 6 unrest, it's making me lose like a couple gold coins a turn. Anyway, it's an aggressive action. This is 100% an NAP break as far as I'm concerned. Like, that's not fucking okay. You can't you can't say like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a non-aggression pact, aka no aggressive actions, and then I'm going to send my spies into your land and start fucking up your economy. Like, no, that's an NAP break. This player is branded in my head permanently as this kind of guy forever. Not to reveal his identity or anything, but yeah, just like maybe that's not appropriate NAP etiquette or whatever, but NAP, it's like out of game shit anyway, so I, who wrote the rules on this anyway? That's just how I chose to interpret it, and really, I'm just relaying to you as the viewer, my thought processes as I was playing the game. So that's what I thought when I saw this happen, and I was like, oh, okay, I need to immediately, you know, do some diplomatic preparations for a war with Marignon because it will 100% happen. I have no NAP with that player anymore. Or if I do, they don't they have a different view of what a non-aggression pact is. Now, that said, can I confirm like 100% certainty that this is actually Marignon doing this? No. Does it really matter that much? Is it really hurting me that much? As I said, no, not really. But, I'm an elf, so I'm going to take any damn excuse I possibly can to, absorb your entire country without telling you that I'm about to do it. So, much like I'm about to do to Agartha. Never had an NAP with the Agarthan player, so, I'm not telling him that I'm moving in to take all this stuff. Oh yeah, Pythium's army was actually over here. Or maybe they were here? Or regardless, they're here now. There was no fight here, just like fighting some PD, but, we can zoom in to watch the army. Yeah, so he's got a little communion here, this little like clique of communicants. It's not very much. It's it's a little token force, but he's committed some serious mage usage to this battle, considering he has only got 2 forts. Like this is a not negligible amount of magical power that Pythium's putting down on the board. To say nothing of the massive horde of very cheap disposable chaff archers, which I don't think these units will do anything against Shard Guard at all, and I don't think they'll do anything against statues either. I think they'll just die, and they'll cause a morale break because the actual, like, Pythium units that can do something, the old mages or the, they got piercing damage. They maybe can do something. They're going to make a morale check because they're like, uh-oh, half the army HP, half the army-wide HP is now dead, aka all the Deer Tribe archers. They all died. So they're going to run from the battle. That's a reason why I don't like recruiting independent units, because they kind of just blow at fighting most of the nations in Dominions 5. And that's like an intentional design decision, like the first year of Dominions 5 is supposed to be the various nations conquering all the independent little gray flag provinces. So the developers like made independent units that could be beaten by 99% of the nations in the game. So if you recruit independent units, it stands to reason that those guys are not going to stand up 1-for-1 against, like genuine national forces that another nation could make. That's my thing for why I don't like independent units. Of course, it depends. There's some pretty dang strong independent units, like heavy cavalry, for example, that are definitely capable of killing lots of national troops. But anyway, all that to say, this is a big army. I don't think it's actually good, really. We didn't get to see the magic that Pythium is actually going to be employing, apart from we're in a communion, because the battle ended too fast and there was no enemies here really to fight. So it's going to be a matter of like, oh, what's going to be the magic Pythium employs. That's really what's going to make the difference, because this is a lot of shard guards, and attentive statues too. There's a lot of PD. It's very strong. I mean, if I was in Pythium's shoes, I don't think I would take this battle, I would look at this and be like, this is kind of difficult, and I don't think I can win. Now, that said, I don't know what magic he's got. Not everyone's got such terrible magic like I do. Some people actually have some good magic going on. Probably Nabah is the best example of that. Or maybe Marignon. Phlegra, I could imagine, has lots of good magic. Phlegra's over here, by the way. I think I already mentioned this in an earlier video, but I imagine, you know, what they're doing is pretty powerful. Or Man and Ulm, wherever they are, somewhere over here. What else am I doing? I'm forging owl quills. I'm using a dwarven hammer for that. That's good. That's good. But you know what I should be doing? I should be here building a freaking lab. I shouldn't be forging a damn owl quill. I need to go over here and build a lab. Ah, it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so delayed. Same thing over here. I'm actually site searching with this guy. I mean, I need to site search air. That's not like a horrible idea, but I need to build a lab and a temple. I think that's more important. I mean, site searching is important too. What am I building here in my capital? I'm making another freaking dwarf. Why am I making dwarves? Why am I making dwarven smiths? I've already made enough. I mean, I'm forging dwarven hammers. I'm going to be able to make, you know, earth shoes. I'm site searching with 2 earth 3 mages already. I'm getting like the maximum earth site search in both directions of my country, my noodle-shaped country. What the hell am I doing? Why another dwarf? I mean, I guess they're cheap. I'm not wanting for money, though. I don't know. Don't look, if you're thinking of playing Vanheim in the future, don't do what I'm doing. If I could go back in time, I would probably make a Vantage Rot because these guys are good. You know, they can get you like Blood 2 or Air 4, I should say. They're good mages, you know, they'll be continuously good for the whole game. It's hard to recruit lots of these guys because they're slow. They're your giant battle casters. Yes, you high level earth dwarven smiths are also good because they can cast shit like earthquake. And you're gonna need a dwarf smith in air and in fire if you want to get the elemental royalty in that path, because they have the master smith trait and the items, yada yada. Anyway, I'm not going to go into all the detail about elemental mastery, but it's freaking turn 17. My research is dog. There's no reason I should be making more dwarven smiths. At least not yet. You know, it's like I'm going to recruit the dude. He's just going to sit in my capital and do nothing. What am I going to do with him? Send him out to site search? I've already got a guy site searching. Maybe if he's a fire random, then he can do nothing. He can go site search and fire 1. That's probably the best thing I could do with it, honestly. Site search and fire. Yeah, I mean, that's valid. That's a genuine reason to create these guys, actually, is to get fire 1 mages. But otherwise, there's no reason to be making them. I need to be making Vanyorls to go finish these, you know, forts that are going to be useless. I hope this guy is. No, he's carrying a bunch of sacreds, isn't he? God, that's irritating watching myself make these mistakes in retrospect. Got this man over here, moving over here. I guess I'm planning on building a fort in this province. Probably should just be building a fort here. Yeah, this one's worth a lot more. And I can start pushing out the dirty, yucky, no good Abyssian Dominion, which is like, yeah, I mean, turmoil is bad, heat bad, misfortune bad, death scale super bad. Anything else happen? Oh, yeah. Of course, Mictlan and Abyssia had some important battles. So what's on these guys? Pretty good mage. The turkeys are, of course, a Mictlan classic. He's just got some indie commanders for support, and his opponent has got sacreds, actually, although they're not blessed sacreds, so that no explosions this battle, unfortunately. But you can see, I mean, these guys hold up pretty good. They have to get smacked a lot for them to actually go down. So Mictlan is able to win, although, you know, they lose some units, but I think they definitely trade up. These guys are really expensive to lose. But then Abyssia pushed out from their capital with a sacred guy and a bunch of sacred troops. Oh, the whole army's dead. Actually, the salamanders just breathed fire on the 1 PD that was there. We got an effigy of war. you know, for whatever good that's going to be. And there's some unrest. And the Throne of Misfortune continues to spread misfortune. Is there anything else that happened of note? I mean, yeah, this happened. So Abyssia actually had armies in position and was pretty easily able to take back the stuff that Mictlan claimed. So this war so far has not been super nice to Mictlan. I mean, he's definitely made gains, and I think this battle was a pretty good showing. But Abyssia has swiftly taken back the stuff he's lost. He's properly put province defense everywhere that I can see anyway. Except this, I mean, he just took this province, you know. But, you know, it's getting a little bad for Mictlan. Something that I learned very late in my Dominions 5 playtime is that the longer a war goes on, basically every turn that a war goes on is a turn you're losing. If you, like, are losing assets, if you're even spending assets, like mages, to you're sending them to the front line to fight battles instead of researching. That's just turns that the other players in the game are getting an advantage over you. So there's something to be said for tempo, you know, like swiftly crushing your opponent's entire nation in one turn. Probably the best option for Mictlan would just be like siege Abyssia itself. Because if Abyssia sieged, the guy is dead. He has nothing. He has no other forts. You, like, is it going to be difficult to maintain the siege? Yeah, probably. But if you do maintain it, there's, okay, so what can Abyssia do? He can't make any more mages. He can't make any more sacreds. He can't even make any more state troops. He's got to rely on independent production, which is, as I believe we already went over this, it's not good. You know, indie units are not strong. So yeah, that's a reason why, if you're a new player, it's so important to get a fort up early and get multiple forts up, because it doesn't just make it so you're capable of producing more units and more mages, which is a very good thing, but it's also that you can, you're just harder to take down. It's, you know, even if someone jumped on Vanheim itself and started sieging it, I'm not dead. You know, I have other forts that I'm going to be able to recruit my mages from. I'm still going to get research. I'm still going to have access to my state troops. Versus Abyssia, where if his fort got sieged, he's dead. Like, he's done. Or at least he's on a clock. He has to break that siege, or else he will lose the game. In the meantime, Nabad does not seem like they're interested in attacking Abyssia, but then again, Nabad has sneaky troops, so who knows what's happening there. I look around and I continue to see that Marignan is quite strong. He's got a lot of stuff. Built a fort over here. Just happily eating up Ind, I guess. Haven't found where Ind itself is, but I think it's like over here or something. Oh yeah, this is also notable. Zabalpa attacked Jotunheim. Good for me, you know. I don't really think there's anything else to say about it. I am slowly pushing scouts. That's what these lines are. I'm slowly pushing scouts through the Frogs territory because I want to see what's going on in Jotunheim. Considering I just bumped my damn microphone. Considering the Frogs are in their cap circle now. But Jotunheim still owns these provinces over here, so maybe this was like a trade or something. I don't know. It was just a single mage took this over. Not sure what is going on there. I don't think I got any diplomatic info from either player. I tried to speak to Jotunheim countless times during the game, but never. I mean, they kind of seemed like they were in a poor position, so they weren't as invested in the game as I am, perhaps. Or maybe not. I don't know. That was just my impression of events. Continuing to scout through Mictlan's land, see what's going on over here. Still building a palisade over here. Anyway, so I'm attacking this province. I will be attacking this province. I'm sneaking over here into this fort so I can see what's going on, and I'm attacking over here. I'm attacking down here. I am attacking directly on this province because I think I'm betting that the Shard Guards are going to move onto this fort and that they're not going to sit in place. So I'll be able to take this province, and I'm taking this province. And by doing so, I will be cutting off this province and potentially this one. I don't know if Agartha owns this province. I'm guessing that they do. These provinces will have no income. Basically, to generate income, a province has to draw a friendly line of connection to a fort. So if I own this province, then these two here cannot feed their taxes to Agartha itself, because it'll be blocked off, and there's no other route down here. There's just barbarians. So that was part of my thinking anyway. If I cut off this province down here and I cut off this province here, there's yeah, this stuff will be gone. Is there anything more to add here? Researching owl quills. I'm just walking around. Yeah, I mean, I'm continuously rehiring these shipwreckers for a low price. I probably should have just sent them in here to fight these shark trap. I'm going down this weird route to take these because I figured this province would be easier to take. But there's these yucky death scales on it. So maybe that's just wrong. Probably should have taken this stuff instead. Especially because these are just like good units. This is just a strong mercenary company. Probably can just get away with hiring like Ictiads or whatever to kill these like tiny little Triton squad and actually have the mercenaries move over here and take the big stuff. And then maybe even climb up on land, who knows. Yeah, we'll call it there. This is a good episode. Thanks for watching.